Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to the channel for Circle Seeding Tarot. I'm Jez Sadler. Great to have you back here again. If you're returning, thank you so much for your support. If you're new here, perhaps you'd like to consider subscribing and dinging that bell so you get notified of future videos. And as always, hit the like button please everyone to support me and show your support in that way as well. And there's other ways you can support me listed in the description. This is to be a general reading for everyone, all signs, all sun signs, moon, ascendant, Venus, and for all who are watching at this particular time. And it's to do with the last phase of the moon. I call it the final quarter, some call it the third quarter, but then where's the fourth quarter then? You know. Anyway, I call it the final quarter, and it's from the 10th of September until the 17th of September, which is next Thursday, when the new moon is then in Pisces, I believe. I believe the new moon is in Pisces. This is a brand new deck, that's why I'm shuffling them up a little bit. It's the AE Waite deck. So it's basically it's the same as what you get on the Rider Waite deck, but it's just done by AE Waite. Whether that's before his time with Rider, I don't know. Rider and Waite obviously got together later, but it's the same or some very similar kind of pictures, except they are a bit more. I'll just show you one. A bit more holographic. You can see, being titivated, by this company. I'm not. The company's actually Chinese, so I'm not sure how to pronounce their name, if I'm being honest. But I got it today, and it was relatively affordable. Only cost £11.99 on Amazon. That was I got this under the used tarot deck or used tarot cards section, supposedly used, but when it came it looked pretty brand new to me, to be honest, but never mind. But £11.99, I'm not going to grumble with that. That's equivalent to about, I don't know, maybe $13 or something like that. So it's not that expensive. They do like to jump out, that's for sure. But however, as I've not started the reading yet, excuse me, I'm not accepting any of these cards, but maybe a few of them are going into the reverse, and maybe that's why. So let's get started then. As I said, it's a new moon. It's the final quarter moon reading, general reading. So let's see what the cards would like us to know for this next period, over these next 7 days or so, 6-7 days. So we have got, we've got the star. It's very appropriate, isn't it? We've got Five of Cups. Okay. And we've got the Nine of Pentacles. Very good, very good. And then we've got the Queen of Swords. Also very good. And the mutual energy in the middle, the general energy, is Five of Swords. Okay, okay. So, Five of Swords. You can see this guy here. He's kind of taking these swords. He's got the smirk on his face as if he's the victor, and you've got the ones in the background there just like walking away, and he's got this smug look on his face. Yet he's not the victor, is he? He's just picking up the spoils of the battle. Now, mostly this is interpreted as deceit, deception. However, I'd rather offer up a different kind of interpretation, a different way of looking at this. Perhaps this is his job, to go around and collect the weapons from the battlefield from the losers. Okay? So he'll take these weapons away and he'll repurpose them, melt them down, perhaps make them into other things, or perhaps he'll sharpen them and renovate them or whatever, and then sell them on to others. But he's taking these weapons away to work on. He's collecting them for a reason. Or he could well be in the employ of the local king or knight or whoever it is who's in charge of the battle, the general or whatever, and that's his job, to pick up the weapons that have fallen from the dead and so on, or the seriously injured, and these are captured weapons. And he's got the smirk on his face because perhaps these guys here walking away were part of the losing team, the losing army. So that's like a victory smile in that sense. So I don't see this card as totally negative. There may be an air of not everything is as it seems. Okay, that could be it, because you take this card and look at it at face value, but perhaps it's not, what it seems in that sense. Like I said, there could be other stories attached to this, and that's why he's got that smile on his face and collecting weapons, because that's his job. Okay, and 5 is also about freedom. Now, always because five in numerology is about freedom and movement. You're at a crossroads. So that's a kind of a crossroads situation. So even with that, it kind of bugged me, because people say, "No, this is deceit," and things like most readers will say this is deceit and deceptiveness and things like this, falseness and false values and stuff. But yet 5 is about freedom, and it's about making a choice of going one way or the other. And he's chosen to take this route, to collect the swords from the fallen, collect the weapons from the fallen, so he can take them back to his the army that he works for, or to his workshop, because he could be the local blacksmith or something like that, and repurpose them, reuse them, whatever. As I said, refurbish them for the knights. So yeah, there's something going on over this next week that may not be as fortuitous as it seems at first glance. However, when you dig deeper, when you find out what the full story is, then perhaps your perception of that particular situation will change. We'll see how we go. We have the star. For a start, and we see the naked lady here, the angel or whatever she is. She's pouring water into water, and she's pouring water onto land, so creating that kind of a balance, that kind of thing. You've got the star shining bright here, nice bright yellow, which is happiness and joy, represents happiness and joy. And you've got the white of purity as well. And the star can also represent shining, or creating hope and light, shining light on a situation. So perhaps there's something coming in this week that needs some light shining on it, and we need to look at it from a different perspective rather than the normal perspective that we use. And this kind of ties in with this kind of energy here as well, doesn't it? Because we do have the, whoops, I'm dropping it, excuse me, we do have the 5 of Cups, and this is all about perspective as well, isn't it? This is focusing on the negative. It's focusing on the cups that have spilt and ignoring the ones that are still standing. Focusing only on what's been lost, and not what he still has. And we tend to do that, don't we? When something goes wrong, we focus on what's gone wrong and not on what's gone right. What can we learn from that situation? What lessons can we learn from that situation to help us to move forward? We don't have to, be downhearted and miserable all the time. We don't have to be in grief all the time. And yes, you may have lost, say, a loved one recently, but focus on how they would want you to feel at this time. It's not an easy situation, I know. But we can't grieve all our lives. We can't be like Queen Victoria, who spent, a good couple of decades grieving for Prince Albert. They were soulmates, there's no doubt about that, but she chose to be in mourning for the rest of her life after Albert died. Do you want to be like that? Would the person who is your soulmate, or the person who maybe has passed on, would they want that for you? To be mourning them all the time and missing out on the joy in life missing out all the good things in life, you know, the things that you could have, you still have? Or do you want to carry on and just focus on stuff that gets you down all the time, the negativity? So this is about new perspectives. This is also a 5 card. Here you go, same as that. You know, it's a 5 card. It's a crossroads situation. You have a choice to make. It's a choice of perspectives. So I'm feeling this reading is more about perspectives, about views. Because with the right perspective, you could have the 9 of Pentacles. And you see this wealthy lady here in her garden. It's vibrant, very prosperous, as the Pentacles indicate. She's got the bird on her hand, which is a wild, is it a wild bird? I think it's a wild bird sitting on her hand. She's able to communicate with this bird somehow. The bird feels her energy in some way, and feels safe with her. It's a lovely kind of summery kind of day. Some cloud in the air, but I think that more or less represents the purity, the spirituality of this situation. And you got some kind of little bug or butterfly or something down the bottom there. Not quite sure what that is. I don't know if you can make that out. But this by the way is a signature of the Chinese illustrator. So they've really done wonderful work with made these cards really stand out a little bit as well. So so the 9 of Pentacles, 9 in numerology represents spirituality and completion. This is where you could be going. This is where you can head for. This is what you can have in life. The prosperity, the joy, the peace of mind, that deep inner peace and tranquility that we want, that joy and happiness that we want. And that's yours for the taking. You can have that. In this coming week you can work towards that and achieve it. But the decision's yours. Because you got the Queen of Swords, and you see her on the throne, being resplendent as always. She's got one arm raised with a hand out, and she's got the sword in her other hand. She's about to pass judgment on a situation or a person or whatever it happens to be. And she's very clear-headed. She knows what she wants, exactly what she wants. She's cool, calculated in that way, but she's also very fair, and she doesn't abuse her power. She's not one to make rash judgments. She's very wise in that way. She's learned her trade, so to speak. She's come up through all the ranks. She started off perhaps as the fool and has gone all the way up to the Queen of Swords. As far as the tarot journey goes, and being a court card, it's a 1, and 1 in numerology is about independence. Okay, as well as about manifestation. She's very independent in her actions and so on. And again, you see the nice blue sky, the calmness. Blue for me is calmness, and the white clouds represent the spirituality, the purity of that. So you're able to come to a good decision, a clear decision about what to do about these kind of situations. So you're being offered something this week that has you thinking, which way do I go? Perhaps you are also offered something, because like this is a general reading for everyone. You could be offered something that seems too good to be true. Use your Queen of Swords energy to dig deeper, okay, and to see if it's as prosperous as it's being made out to be, okay, because we don't want you getting into this kind of situation. Alright, so with the starlight, it's going to shine a light on this situation. That's shining both ways. It's shining, it's shining on that situation, shining on that situation, shining on that situation, as well as on the Queen of Swords. So you've got this hope and light within you that you will make the right decision. You'll win. There's no doubt about it. You'll win. You'll be the winner here. And you'll come off as the victor This might be a small kind of victory with this Five of Swords here, yeah, but it's a victory nonetheless. You know, but it's the way you look at that victory that counts, as well as how you gain that victory. If you're coming at it from a positive point of view, then it's going to be a very abundant victory, very prosperous victory. But if you're looking at it from a negative point of view, then perhaps it'll be more like deceit in that sense. You know, it's different perspectives. It's all about perspectives. How are you viewing this last week of this moon phase? As we, move into the new moon in Pisces next week, where the energy is drawing in. It's getting, it's kind of guiding us, not so much forcing us, but it's guiding us to think things over, to contemplate, to be more mindful about what we're doing, to look at where we've come over the last period, last few months, last year. 2020 certainly been a really weird year. Yet 2022 and 2 is 4 is supposed to be, structure and stability. So I suppose in some ways, generally speaking, the world has been stable, even despite all the COVID situation. The world has been stable. The energy of the world's been stable, and there's been a lot more peace around, a lot more unity and nurturing each other and being cooperative with each other, in that way. But there's still a lot of chaos as well, isn't there? As well. I'm going to use the Moonology Oracle to clarify these cards. I can't shuffle with the book, can I? To clarify these cards. So please, Moonology Oracle, why is the star here, please? Why is the star here? Meditate and contemplate. New moon in Pisces. There you go. Just what I've just been saying. Okay. New moon in Pisces. Take the time this week to meditate and contemplate. How have you done over the last week, over the last month, over the last few months, over the last year? How far have you come? Have you still got things that you want to do? How far do you want to go? Now's the time to meditate on that, to contemplate that, to get ready for the new moon next week in Pisces, so that you can reset your intentions. Either make new ones or carry on with the ones you have, but reset them, to reaffirm them. Okay, so meditate and contemplate. Apologies for my phones going off. I forgot to turn them off again. Why is it people want to get hold of you when you're doing things where you don't want to be disturbed? Anyway, Five of Cups. Why is the Five of Cups here, please? Why is the Five of Cups here? We have your dreams need a practical plan. Full moon in Taurus. Okay, so your dreams need a practical plan. Maybe that's why you're a little bit uncertain what to do here, perhaps, because you've hit this kind of crossroads situation. Which direction do you want to go in? But through meditation and contemplation, be able to formulate a plan where you want to go next. Whether you want to carry on with the intentions that you've maybe made for the full moon, last week, or the new moon at the start of the month, or start in August, I should say. And then maybe you want to reaffirm that next week, but you'll be able to sit down, meditate, contemplate, and formulate a new plan. You need a plan, otherwise you're going to be staying and stuck in this kind of negative energy, this loss energy. You don't want to be there. Nine of Pentacles. Why is the Nine of Pentacles here, please? Why is the Nine of Pentacles here? A personal issue reaches resolution. Full moon in Cancer. So you've maybe got something, for some of you, you've got something going on in your life that perhaps has been causing some grief. Like I said, it could be a loss of a loved one, or someone in your family, a friend, best friend, soulmate kind of energy as well, whatever it happens to be. Or it could be another situation, perhaps because of the economic climate, you've lost your job. Your job no longer exists because of a reshuffle. The company's decided that they can't take you back on after the furlough. And for those of you outside of UK, the furlough is a job retention scheme that we have in UK, where the government pays a certain amount of the wages, the company pays the rest, and the employees can keep their jobs and still get paid to help them survive through these last few months. That's coming to a close soon. End of October, I believe it finishes. And a lot of companies are making decisions now whether to keep their employees or to let them go, because to keep them, they wouldn't be able to afford it. If they're in certain sectors, hospitality or retail, entertainment, they are badly hit by this current situation, and they may not be able to justify keeping the same number of employees on, and they certainly wouldn't be able to afford it because the money's not coming in. Those who have got online businesses as well as shops and stuff, they may be able to scrape through, but others won't be able to do that, especially the smaller ones. Or even the bigger companies are shedding jobs left, right and centre. There are others like Amazon who are increasing jobs, but well, jobs are jobs, I suppose. It's still minimal wage, and it's not, that kind of work's not to everyone's taste. You can't do that. You can't always take just any old job. You have to take one that you can at least help pay the bills, or earn a living from, that's decent. It could be your physical situation or whatever. You may not be able to do that kind of work, warehouse work, picking and packing and things like that. Who knows? Or travel restrictions. Maybe you don't have your own transport. All kinds of things like that. But yeah, something is coming to an end. Something is coming to a conclusion, but it's coming to a successful conclusion. Okay, so there's a strong possibility whatever it is has been, because of the way the universe works, it's meant to happen. Okay, one way or the other, it's meant to happen. But because of your perception of it, because you're keeping a more positive view on it, it's coming to a more successful conclusion. And that's the possibility anyway. So I suggest you keep it that way. So Waite is the Queen of Swords here. Queen of Swords. Why is the Queen of Swords here? Nothing is yet set in stone. There you go. That's why she's here. Okay. She hasn't, in this card, she hasn't made her judgment yet. So you don't know what the outcome's going to be. You don't see who it is that she's making a judgment for or against. You don't know which way it's going to go. So nothing's set in stone yet, but the possibilities look good. Okay. It's not set in stone because you need perhaps to change your perspective to a more positive perspective rather than staying in the negative side of things. Okay, so don't be put off by that. It just means that it's still ongoing. It could well be that whatever this situation is will go past next week and go into next month, maybe even next year. I don't know. The universe doesn't tell me that. They don't always make that clear. It doesn't always. It's not always cut and dried. So the options are still open. Put it that way. Options are still open is what I'm getting. Five of Swords. Why is the Five of Swords here? And we have got the energy is gaining momentum. The waxing moon. So the freedom. The energy. This is past energy. Okay, this is new energy coming up after next week. So this situation, as I said, may be going on past the new moon. So you may not get a resolution, complete resolution, until after the new moon. And it could be next month. Yeah, I'm getting like next month, or it could be towards the end of the month. We have another auspicious time, which is the 22nd, which is the equinox, the autumn equinox. So that's a very auspicious time as well, where the energies are in fluctuation, and we can look forward to that as well and enjoy the wonderful energy, because that's when autumn or fall, depending on where you live, actually begins. And obviously for those in the southern hemisphere, is it your springtime? I think it's your springtime, isn't it, that begins then? And that's obviously a rebirth time, a regeneration time. Whereas for us here in the northern hemisphere, obviously it's a time for slowing down and starting to regroup and so on. But doesn't mean to say you can't grow during that time. You don't have to hibernate. Okay, so the energy is gaining momentum. So whatever it is moving forward, but maybe not at the pace that you expect. And with this Five of Swords situation, is a slight victory. Maybe there's a minor victory is going to come up, as I mentioned before, but it's not the full victory. It's not the full thing. That's not coming until later. Okay, guys. So, just to recap, I guess, something that's going on in your life right now needs some divine light shining on it. So do some meditation and contemplation to find out what that is. What perspective do you need to change so that you're not in this Five of Cups situation? So you're focusing more on the positives, what you have. Be grateful for what you have, and just let go of what no longer is there, what no longer serves you in that sense, whatever is holding you back. Mourn, yes. Grieve, yes, but don't do it forever. And you need to formulate a plan for going forward so that you can enjoy what's coming. Okay, so that this issue that you have in your life reaches a positive conclusion. There may be a kind of situation here. It could well be a legal situation I'm getting now, and you may have a minor victory, but don't be too smug about it. Okay, because more clarity is coming, and that may well develop towards the end of the month, into next month, or over the next few months. There may be a greater victory coming your way, or it could well be that this isn't all that it seems. This little victory you receive isn't all that it seems, and maybe something bigger behind it. Okay, something a bit unexpected perhaps. Future readings probably would bring that out. If you go to other readers and get your monthly readings and dailies and stuff like that, that picture will come clear, or more clear I should say. Okay guys, that's everything I have for you at this time. I'm just checking in. Is there anything else I need to do? Is there anything else I need to share with the collective? No, that's it for now, I'm being told. Okay, hopefully you enjoyed that, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, Namaste.